What's up, coach? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to this brand new podcast. So, if you're a soccer coach and you're currently using Instagram just to post clips of your clients, you're putting motivational quotes on there and the occasional training video, then I want to tell you that you're leaving a huge opportunity to make more money in your business on the table. Because Instagram isn't just a place to show people what you do, it can also become a place where you can generate leads, create a lead generation machine for your soccer coaching business, right? And in this episode, I'm going to show you exactly how to use Instagram to turn strangers into followers, followers into conversations, and conversations into paying clients. So whether you're running private sessions, group training, full-time soccer academy, camps, clinics, or even you have an online coaching program that you also run or you also want to promote, the principles I'm about to share with you in this episode can work for you. Okay. And the best part is that you don't need hundreds of thousands of followers. You don't even need 10,000. Okay. And this is something a lot of coaches um, get wrong, right? What you do need is you need the right people seeing your content and a simple system for turning their attention into action. Okay. So let's get straight into this episode. So the first thing we need to do is we need to stop thinking like a content creator. The first shift you need to make is this. You're not trying to become an Instagram influencer. You're trying to become the obvious choice for your ideal soccer client. So that's a completely different goal. A soccer coach might post a great session today and maybe it gets 500 views. But what I want you to ask yourself is, did that post give a parent a reason to contact you? Okay, so the typical coach, what they'll do, they'll have a fantastic session with their clients. They'll upload a piece of that content onto social media. They'll put great session today, but there won't be any reason for parents to contact them, right? There's essentially no call to action. So instead, what I want you to do is think about the problems that your ideal customer or your ideal player or client has. So if you're targeting parents of youth players, then parents might be thinking, my son isn't confident with the ball. My daughter isn't getting enough playing time. My child needs to improve their weak foot. They might be thinking, my child needs extra training outside of team practice. My player or my child wants to make the academy team. My child wants to make the school team, right? So these are constant thoughts that players, struggles players are having and current thoughts, consistent thoughts that parents are having in relation to their kids, all right? So those are problems your Instagram content should be addressing. Okay, so instead of simply showing the training session, show your audience how your training solves a specific problem. So, for example, don't just post a video of a player doing a dribbling drill, right? Say 3 mistakes young players make when trying to beat a defender one-on-one. Okay. Now that you've created the content around a problem and the parent watching thinks that's exactly what my son is struggling with, that's how you get attention from potential buyers. Okay. So the first point is when you upload content, don't just upload and be generic. All right. Solve a specific problem for parents. Okay. So I gave you an example there. 3 mistakes young players make when trying to beat a defender in a 1v1 situation. So use that video to highlight a problem that your training solves for the parent and player who are potentially watching and consuming your content. Okay. Now, the next bit is to build your Instagram around 3 types of content. right? So if you want Instagram to generate leads consistently, then I would recommend building your content around three different categories. First one is education. So teaching something that is useful to your audience. So give away information that demonstrates what you're good at, so your expertise. For example, 3 ways to improve your first touch, how to become more confident in 1v1 situations, the best way to practice finishing at home, why young players lose possession so often, or you could even share a simple 15-minute training session players can do by themselves. Okay, so educational content creates trust, because essentially what you're doing is you're showing your audience that you know what you're talking about. Right, number two is proof. So the second category is proof, and this is where you show people that your coaching actually delivers results. So I want you to share player improvements, before and after examples of players that have gone through your program, testimonials, parent feedback, training clips, and player milestones, how they've progressed after week 4, after week 8, after week 12, match improvements. So you might show clips of them playing in a match and showing, right, this is where they were at the beginning, this is where they're at now, and then results from your actual program. Okay. But here's a really important point. Okay. When you do this, don't just say in your post, another great session today. Tell the story about your client. So, for example, 3 months ago, little Jimmy was struggling to receive the ball under pressure. After working on his first touch and scanning habits twice a week in our program, here's what he's doing now. So now you've created a transformation, and transformations is essentially what sells your training. Okay. Now, the third one is connection. So connection is the content that helps people to get to know you, right? It shows your personality. It shows your coaching philosophy. It shows what happens behind the scenes. It shows what happens when players work with you. What you want to do as well, you want to talk about your experiences as a coach, share mistakes that you've made in the past, talk about what you believe youth soccer should look like, because parents aren't just buying training, they're buying you, right? They're buying you, they're buying your product, and they're buying essentially what you have created, right? So they want to trust the person who's going to spend time with their child. So get your audience to get to know you. Okay. All right. And then the last bit is your Instagram bio needs to sell the next step. Right. So there needs to be an action plan or a call to action on your bio. So here's another mistake I see constantly from a lot of private coaches. A coach will have on their bio something like soccer coach, UEFA license, former professional, helping players get better. All right. Now, this is fine. But what should the visitor do next? Right? They know who you are, they know what license you have, they know a bit about your history, they know that you help players, but what is the next steps? Right? Now, your Instagram bio should answer 3 questions. It should answer, who do you help? What result do you help players achieve? And what should parents do next to get your help? So, for example, helping ambitious youth soccer players improve their skills, confidence, and performance on the field. Private and small group training in whichever city you're in. Book a free player assessment below. This is a much cleaner option. You aren't trying to explain your entire business in your bio. You're just giving someone a reason to take the next steps with you. Okay. So, coach, this is a 3-step model on how to use Instagram more effectively, how to improve your Instagram marketing strategy with your business that will hopefully, if delivered properly, get you leads on a month-to-month basis if you implement the right systems in place on your platform. Okay, if you need help with this, what I want you to do is visit the description below this video. You're going to find my Calendly link. Click the link, book a free call with me. We'll jump on Zoom. I'll see exactly how you're currently using your Instagram page, and I'll show you some action steps to take to improve it so that you get more leads coming your way and you're able to make more money and grow your business. Okay, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.